We also want to make sure that we have activities or discussions prior to starting a lesson, because we want to give the students something to be familiar with. They have content with them. A lot of times we assume that the student doesn't know anything because they are new to the language, but there are concepts that they already know. There's content that they already know. So we want to present some kind of discussion or an object or a film or something to kind of build that background, to lay the foundation so that we can add the new context to it. I'm going to read the riddle, and then I want you to think about it to yourself, and then I'm going to ask you a question about it. The riddle says, these winged creatures often scare people. If you touch one, you are brave. They're often found just hanging out, upside down inside a cave. Okay, I want you to think about that, and you can reread it to yourself if you would like. But I want you to think about, what is it that this particular riddle is talking about? Think about it for a moment. Now, with your table mates, I want you to discuss this particular riddle, and I want you to come up with what you think it is that the riddle is talking about. Okay, go ahead and talk amongst your group.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, do I have any volunteers that may want to give me an answer what they think the riddle is speaking of? Okay, yes.
A bat.
A bat. Why do you think it's a bat?
Because bats hang in caves upside down.
Okay, you say bats hang in caves upside down. Anyone else have another guess on that? Okay, Ruben.
It says it got wings.
It has wings, okay? So we know that bats hang in a cave upside down and that they have wings. Yes.
Scare people.
And they scare people. What is so scary about them?
Supposedly they come at night.
They come out at night.
They hang out.
Okay? So we are talking about bats, okay? Now, that we've mentioned bats, I want to go into a little bit more detail about bats, okay? And it's getting close to what time of year? What's going to happen on Friday? Halloween. It's going to be Halloween, okay? So now you're starting to probably see a lot more of these in the stores and everything that's around you, right? All righty, can everyone see this easel, or should I slant it right here?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll just put it in the corner a little bit better so everyone can see it. Can everyone see this? All right, so our topic, what did we say that the riddle is talking about? Bats. Okay, now, we know a few things about bats. Okay, we've already talked about them. What did you tell me that they do?
They scare people.
You said they scare people. That's a terrible circle. Okay, Ruben, what did you say about bats?
They got wings.
They have wings. And you said?
They hang upside down.
They hang upside down. Now, these are just some details that we may have gotten from the riddle, but I want you to, again in your group, think about what you know about bats and look at this particular image as well of a bat and discuss some other things that you have heard or you have seen or some characteristics about bats. And then I'm going to ask you to discuss out, okay? Okay, so share in your group. Okay, I've heard some good discussions. Good discussions. Now, thinking about the time of year that's coming up and this image that you look at the bat and what you already know, okay, what are some additional things that we can say about bats? Okay?
They got an ugly face.
You say they have ugly faces? Okay, I'll put ugly face. Where did you see an ugly face bat?
On the internet.
On the internet? Yes, ma'am.
They come out at night.
Okay, they come out at night. I saw a hand here.
They
Yeah.
don't like the light.
Okay, they don't like a lot of light, huh? Anyone else? What about movies that you've seen that you know about bats?
Vampire.
Okay, you think of vampires when you think of bats? Anything else?
Eat fruit. Some eat fruit.
Some eat fruit. Very good. What else do they eat? What do they look like besides wings and the ugly face?
They look like flying rats.
You said they look like flying rats? Okay. Okay, so you say they look like flying rats, so they must what? They must fly. Okay. All right, what y'all have given me are some characteristics of bats, some things that you already know, okay? So you do have some knowledge of bats. Now, how do you know these things about these bats, okay? Just think about it. How do you know these things about bats? How do you know that they do not like light? Where did you get that information from? Where did you get the information that they like to eat fruit? Do y'all know?
Movies.
Okay, movies.
Internet.
Okay, read stories. I heard internet. Okay, anywhere else? School, okay. So we have some good information going here about the bats. One of the things that I did in the lesson and the featured passage about vampire bats was I showed a riddle first, and I kind of read the riddle, and I gave the students time to discuss what was going on in the riddle, and then they came up with the answer that the riddle was about bats. So they do have some background knowledge about bats, and so I moved on to the circle map and asked them, what is it that you know about bats? Why did you think this was bats? And they told me, okay, so I got an idea of where they got the knowledge from. They got it from movies, they got it from learning in school, looking on the internet. So they have some things to bring with them, and so when they are confident that they know something about it, then we can add the new information to it.